Now joined by the Dairy Area Senior and the winner of the 2022 WCCA Boys Golf Championship, Hunter Jurica. First off, congratulations. I know that has to feel awfully good to achieve what is a very significant accomplishment for you. What was your reaction like when you realized that you had won WCCA?
It was a little bit it was overwhelming at a point because everyone was coming up to me, asked me, like, what you shoot? And of course we sit there inside the clubhouse and we don't know who the winner was. But eventually when people started coming over and saying congratulations, it just started feeling really good after a while.
And you did that by shooting a 2 under par, a round of 70 at Latrobe Elks. And that's a course very familiar to you. That is the
Yes, it
home
is.
course for the Trojans as well. I'm sure that's had to serve as a benefit. How many times have you played that course? How much did that happen? How much did that help you in the Westmoreland County Coaches Association?
Definitely helped me a lot. I mean, we only really play the front nine, so my back nine score wasn't anywhere near as good as my front nine score for a good reason. But it helped me a lot on the putting, especially talking to a bunch of other guys. They were struggling with the putting, and I was, for some reason, all those 10 footers were going in. So definitely putting helped.
Well, you mentioned you got off to a really good start. How important is that from a mindset perspective, from a confidence perspective, when you get off to maybe an early lead like you probably did?
I mean, you just want to keep on going. You know, when you just make those birdies. I mean, I went par, birdie, birdie, birdie. When I make those three birdies in a row on holes that are, especially number four, are tough holes, to make birdies on, it gets you building that confidence up a little bit. I was definitely just wanted to get up there and hit the ball. So yeah, it definitely helped a lot making those birdies early.
Now, I know that you won by one stroke over a couple of other really accomplished golfers. Nick Tarowski from Penn Trafford, who's had a lot of success, Nolan Schilling for Franklin Regional, but you were also right behind them. So there was some proximity and familiarity. Were you able to talk to those guys? Did you have a gauge for where they stood, where you stood heading into maybe the final few holes?
Yeah, definitely like that three-shot victory actually was a lot bigger at one point because I was four under through eight holes. So winning by three shots was nice, but whenever especially on number 13 down the hill par four, I was talking to Nick. I was like, "Where are you at?" He didn't want to tell me. I know he didn't want to tell me, and he knew where I was at after I just made a long birdie putt on 12. So seeing those guys and seeing the shots they're hitting, and they're definitely looking back at me, and they can see some of the shots I'm hitting. You can definitely feel people paying attention to each other, and you kind of know where you are. You don't know the score wise, but you definitely know where we are with each other. So when you come down to the stretch, you know what you need to make pretty much.
Was there a particular hole or maybe even one shot that sort of epitomized what you did well in the championship win?
I would definitely say on 12, hit a nice 3-wood off the tee, hit like a decent wedge shot, but I had like about 20 feet, and I made the 20-footer for birdie. The putter was definitely on fire that day. I was making the birdie putts I made were not short ones. I was making some good 8, 10 footers for most of my birdies that day.
So golf is kind of interesting in terms of the high school schedule because we cover football, we cover soccer. They're just about 2 weeks in. Golf started a lot earlier, and with good reason. Obviously, it's weather
Yeah.
permitting. How do you kind of gear up for the season starting much earlier than every other sport? And how have you progressed throughout the early stages of this 2022 campaign?
Definitely golf all summer, tournaments, everything. Speaking of Nick Trausk, we actually played in the WPGA Amateur together for our first 36 holes. He played outstanding. So, I mean, definitely tournaments all summer. Um, but another big thing is, especially before the school season, playing with our buddies. When you get comfortable playing with guys on the team, you start playing better with them. So I'd say making sure we play with each other and on the golf course in the summer and basically all summer golf. That's all we did.
Well, it has certainly paid dividends. You're also a key component of your high school team. Obviously, you're wearing the Dairy Area shirt right now. The Trojans, over the past handful of years, have really developed into a solid program, making playoff appearances, section titles. When you think of the success the program's had during your time there, what's really stood out?
Consistency, I'd say, especially us coming in freshman year, all these, because when you think of high school golf, you think of freshmen, they're not going to know how to play golf. And me and my two other buddies, we came in there as freshmen and started. And it really showed that we were here to play And especially now that we're seniors, 4 years later, it's just crazy. Me and my 2 and 3 guys, we're shooting even par, a couple under, and it's consistency. We play good almost every match, and it definitely helps us have a little bit of confidence going in, knowing that they can rely on us.
I know that golf, especially at the high school level here in Western Pennsylvania, again, it's not geographically the most conducive, sometimes flies under the radar and it's overshadowed so much by football, which is so big here. But it seems like your coach at Derry, Tracy Smeltzer, really tries to get golf out there, make it a big deal, is always getting it out to the media. She just sent me some scores from WCCA as well. How much does that help? How much has she helped kind of shine a light on Trojans golf and you in particular, maybe?
She's definitely helped the golf team outstandingly. Tweeting, Facebook, everything. Social media is very important. She pushes for us. Even little things like morning announcements in school. First thing we hear about in athletics is the golf team, right? So, I think it's her putting us out there definitely helps, and especially me. When I made it to the state championship last year and placed, and it was all over the place. And then she helps me out individually a lot because people start coming to me, start asking me questions like this, of course. So she puts me in a good spot, and she puts her golf team in a great spot also.
And I would think for someone who has aspirations to play at the next level, that probably only serves as a benefit. We talk about Nick Tarowski a little bit. He's made his college commitment. I know that you hope to play at the next level. So where does that stand, and what's the outlook over the next handful of months for you?
Soon. That's just all I say to people is soon. You see those little interviews, soon with a period. That's pretty much it. Soon.
Is that something that you've known for a while, that you wanted to play collegiately, or has that sort of come into focus over the last handful of months?
I'd say I think I had it in me a little bit. Junior year coming in there, I was playing well. But after the state championship, when I didn't think I could even have a chance at making the state championship, and I placed top 6, it kind of set in. I'm like, wait, this might be something for me. And now I'm really starting to find my stride. Putts are starting to fall, swing's starting to feel good. I'm beating guys that I would look up to and wouldn't even think I'd have a chance with. So I'd say it's just starting to build up very fast for me. It's a good feeling, but it's stressful. It's not like, Nick Tarowski, where he just committed and he's a junior in high school. So for me, it's kind of stressful, but it's a lot of fun too, knowing I can play at the next level.
What are the goals that you have individually and for the Trojans for the rest of the season?
Well, I'll start with the team because the team's most important for me. But win the section for us. We've won freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year. I want to get one senior year. We have a couple big matches coming up. We dropped a bad match to Mount Pleasant, so let's hope we win out and get that. And then individually, I set my goals high last year by making it to the state championship, and I actually placed. So this year, I'm gonna try and make a run at it. Try and win that AA state championship this year.
Well, you've already won one championship. Congratulations on winning the Westmoreland County Coaches Association boys golf title, and continued success the rest of the way.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, Hunter Jurica for the Derry Area Trojans here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.